agree that Malaysians are adopting more Arab culture?
Yeah, you have the overt symbols in the sense that you see that more of them are wearing the abaya, and well, there are a lot of Arab words being used now. But I don't think the word culture is very apt in this circumstance, because if you talk about culture, it's also about adopting their music, but adopting the values. And I really would not like to see Arab values, especially Saudi Arab values, being adopted by us, in the sense that they're not very respectful of women. Women, occupy a very low standing in the eyes of many Arabs. In that sense, I think we're still very different from them, because here the women's rights groups are very, very active, and there is no legal impediment to women's upward mobility in the professions and so on. And basically, women can aim for the sky work-wise. And then there's greater respect for women, even amongst the Muslim community in our culture than there is, say, in Arab culture. Arab culture in the sense that, because of course Arabs are also very diverse, because Saudi culture, for example, would be very different from the North African Arab cultures, for example. And of course Saudi, with the Wahhabi influence, they're more conservative.
But so, are you saying that the kind of culture that we adopt are quite harmless?
For the moment, so long as it's confined to attire and the absorption of a few Arab words, you're seeing more and more people using the word solat instead of sembayang, iftar instead of berbuka. But I hope it will not be widespread. Many Muslim women also feel that just wearing the abaya, the attire, and they just wear the tudung, they don't even need to wear the telekung. So in that way, it's more convenient for them. So I hope it's just because of the convenience, rather than the fact that they think that they should discard Malay baju kurung or kebaya. If it's going to go beyond that and we're going to adopt their conservative values, then there would be a cause for concern. And especially if we totally lose pride in our own culture.
Could you give some examples of the conservative values which you wouldn't like to see in Malaysia?
No, in the sense that the attitude towards women, for example. The attitude towards women, and they attribute it mistakenly to Islam, except they don't realize that it was during Islamic times that women had so many rights then. Because at the time of the era of the Prophet, Muslim women had more rights in the sense that they could retain their own names. When they marry, they don't have to adopt their husband's names. They could own property. They could go into business, for example. Don't forget the Prophet's first wife, Siti Khadijah. She was a very successful businesswoman. And in those days, women were still confined to the homes in medieval Europe. But unfortunately, we seem to be regressing. We're now going back. We seem to be going back to the age of ignorance, the age of Jahiliyyah. So in that sense, it would be a pity if we were to regress and adopt conservative Arab values.